Hey, what's up guys, Soldier Knows Best there. Today, Apple has unveiled a brand new iPad, and they unveiled this at a special education event that they held out in Chicago. So the specs of this new iPad include the A10 processor, also Touch ID. It has the FaceTime HD camera on the front and also an 8 megapixel rear-facing camera on the back that can record video up to 1080. And there'll be two different storage configurations, either 32 gigabytes or 128 gigabytes. And then also you'll have an option to get an LTE version if you want that. And now this new iPad does have support for the Apple Pencil. And this is big because the Apple Pencil has only been supported by the iPad Pro lineup of tablets, but now they're bringing it over to the lower end spectrum of their tablets, which is a really good deal, especially for education. And so the Apple Pencil does bring a whole new dynamic to the iPad. So just for general use, you can be able to draw, you can take notes in a more realistic manner, but especially for kids, and this is what they highlighted at this education event, that with students and also teachers, they now have more control to be able to use the iPad in a more engaging manner. So with the Apple Pencil, it will be able to work with the new supported iWork apps that are all being updated. And so this allows teachers to be able to have their students hand in their assignments, well, basically send them through the iPad, and they'll be able to make notes and actually do things like smart annotations to be able to write on the students' assignments to let them know where they need to make changes and stuff like that. There's the Classroom app that will allow teachers to be able to look in on a student's iPad whenever to be able to see what they're doing in real time. And then also too, they can choose to beam that student's iPad up to a TV screen so they can demonstrate something to the rest of the class. And this app is currently being used on iPads, but starting in June, Apple will allow teachers to be able to use this Classroom app as a beta on Macs. And then there's a Schoolwork app that will allow teachers to be able to send out assignments and to be able to also check on the progression of those assignments at any time. And then there is Share iPad, which simply allows a student to pick up any iPad that's in the school and log in, and in under a minute, it will transform that iPad to make it feel like it's theirs by moving all their assignments, documents, and apps over. And so this is something that I wish Apple would just release to the general public, so I can have an iPad at home and anybody can pick it up and log in and have their own experience. But that would probably cut into their iPad sales, so I can see why they don't do it, but I really wish we can get that. And then they're also bumping up the iCloud storage for each student from 5 gigabytes up to 200 gigabytes. So that's going to be plenty of space for everybody. And another cool thing they showed off with these iPads is that they have interaction with AR. So they showed an example of how kids can dissect a frog in AR just sitting right at the desk, which is really cool to see. And then also different things like being able to walk up to a picture or things like that to be able to get information. So AR is going to be another big push for Apple in this environment. And so ultimately this event and also these new iPads are just reaffirming how serious Apple is when it comes to education, especially with the likes of Google and their Chromebooks coming into play. Apple is really trying to show how the iPad is a very good universal tool for students and for teachers. And so if you're interested about the price of these, well, if you just want to go into an Apple store yourself, you're not affiliated with any education discounts, anything like that, and these iPads will be running you $329. But if you are going to be buying this through an education system, it will be only costing you $299. And both of these prices don't include the Apple Pencil. That's going to be an additional $99 if you're just buying it outright. And then if you're buying it through the school system, it will be only running you $89. Now, Apple also talked about a couple of accessories coming from Logitech. One is a rugged case to protect the iPad, and then the other is called the Logitech Crayon. And this is a $50 alternative to the Apple Pencil. And this is only made for education, so it's not going to retail. But this is basically not going to be using a Bluetooth connection, so it'll have its own singular frequency to be able to connect to any iPad in the classroom, so a teacher can walk around and scribble on everybody's iPads without having to connect and then reconnect to every single iPad. And really the only thing is missing is pressure sensitivity, but other than that, this is a cheaper alternative to school systems instead of buying the full-on $100 Apple Pencil. But yeah, these iPads are available to buy today, and this is not going to be the last we hear of iPads this year. They'll probably be announcing some updates to the iPad Pro lineup sometime this year, maybe later this year in the fall, maybe around that time frame. So I think these new iPads are good for people who haven't purchased a new tablet maybe in 2 or 3 years and you're looking for an updated version. It's a really good time to get in at this price point, especially, and also with the new Apple Pencil support. Oh, and one more thing that's unrelated to the iPad is that Apple is now selling the space gray accessories that come with the iMac Pro. They're selling them separately now, so you can buy the space gray Apple Magic Keyboard and the Magic Mouse 2 and also the Magic Trackpad all separately right now from Apple. So anyway guys, leave your comment down below. Let me know what you think about this new iPad. I'll have more coverage once I get the iPad in hand myself. And also be sure to subscribe to me here on YouTube and hit the little notification bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a new video. But like always, I want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.